Wolfie, just a sec. We will have a number of South African media on this call
Perfect.
as well, so you might know some of them.
All right, sweet.
Doug Milne, you should see and hear Garrick.
I do. Hi, Garrick.
Hi, Doug.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. Well, we will go ahead and get started. Garrick Higgo, thanks for joining us for a few minutes prior to the 2021 Travelers Championship, your fourth career PGA Tour start, and you didn't waste much time getting that first victory in your second PGA Tour start a few weeks back at Palmetto. Just a couple opening comments on being here this week and how excited you are to make your first start at the Travelers Championship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, this is one of the ones that I've watched. I mean, I've watched all these events as a kid. I mean, you know, the bunker shot that Spieth hit to win. I remember that. So yeah, I mean, the course is great. I've got a good group on Thursday and Friday, so yeah, it should be fun.
Okay, and just a little taking you back to the post Palmetto Championship, just a little bit on your expectations going into the week. Was I'm guessing that may have exceeded your expectations coming away with the victory, and how your life has changed since then.
Yeah, so I mean, I always kind of go in with not low expectations, but I just want to kind of play my game and see what happens. And yeah, I mean, to get the win was amazing, but just to play well was already a bonus.
Okay. All right. Well, that will take a few questions, and just a reminder to those on the call, we do have a lot of people on this call. We'll do our best to get through as many questions as we can. And if you do have a question, please type your name into the chat function on the right-hand side so that I can see that. And we will start with Dom. Go right ahead, Dom. You can take yourself off mute and ask your question.
Yeah, good morning, Garrick.
Good morning.
You know, I just wanted to ask you if you could describe your relationship with Gary Player, how you met, how he kind of became an influence on you, and what kind of influences he's had on you.
Yeah, so I met Gary when I was about 8 or 9. They've got a holiday house in Plettenberg Bay where I grew up. And yeah, I mean, I used to obviously play and practice there a lot, and when he was there over December holidays, I used to play 9 holes with him in the afternoon. And ever since then, I mean, we went through a similar thing. His mom died when he was 9, or the age that I was when my dad passed away. So we kind of have that connection. Yeah, the only thing I can say is it's real, and it's amazing how it's worked out. But it's we have that connection, before all of the good things happened, and even if good things didn't happen, we still would have had that connection.
I know if you were playing with him when you were only 8 or 9 years old, but you could not have been at that time really aware of who he was and what he had done. When did you kind of become aware of who Gary Player is and what he's meant to golf?
Yeah, that's true. I think only when I was about 12 or 13, I really understood. When you kind of watch golf more and watch the majors, and every time on screen they show who's won what, and then you see his name always popping up. So yeah, and then we've stayed in touch. He calls me a lot, we chat. He's helped me with my game, and he's been a big part of why I've kind of won a lot, and the mental aspect of the game.
Right, thank you, Gary.
Next question comes from Michael Sherman with the African News Agency. Michael, go ahead.
Hi, Garrick. Firstly, congrats on your fantastic play this year.
Thank you.
I'd like you just to confirm for us that you are going to take up your position in the South African team for the Olympics, and if so, what will playing in the Olympics mean to you?
Yeah, I will play in the Olympics. It's going to be awesome. I mean, anytime I can represent South Africa is a massive honor. I mean, it's going to be awesome playing with Christian. I know him very well, and I know his caddy well. Yeah, it's just going to be a massive honor, and hopefully one of us can maybe get a gold for South Africa. I think it'll mean a lot for the country, all that everyone in South Africa has been through. I think something like that, would be similar to the World Cup in 2019.
Great, thank you.
Okay, and our next question comes from Bob Lazari with the Monday Night Sports Talk.
Good morning, Garrick.
Good morning.
You missed the cut at last week's U.S. Open. You actually played well in the second round. But looking back, do you think all the excitement, fanfare, and maybe wonderfulness from the week before at Palmetto possibly prevented you from playing your best golf at Torrey Pines?
I mean, it had its impact. I was very tired mentally. I feel like all the wins I've had, in the last 12 months, each one has kind of changed my life, and this one has been the most significant. So it is hard. It's hard to, I think each win after this it'll just get easier to play well the next week. But I mean, a lot of things happened. My caddy, who's also one of my best friends, my caddy Nick, his wife went into labor the Monday morning, so he had to fly back to London. So it's not easy playing with a new caddy, although, Mick is great. Mick Doran, who filled in for him, and he'll do this week as well. And then, with all things, considered, I think I played all right. Had a couple of bad breaks, and, but it wasn't the worst thing to miss the cuts. I had a couple of days to just, relax and, get fresh for the rest of the year.
Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Okay, next question comes from Ken Borland. Ken, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hi, Garrick. Just quickly, you play left-handed, but you're right-handed. Why is that? And then at every level of golf that you play, you tend to win a tournament very quickly. I mean, we know in this game that some guys struggle for years to get that first victory. Why do you think that is?
So the left-handed thing, when I was at school, when I was really little, they kind of not forced me to write right-handed, but I had to write right-handed for some reason. So I don't know, I do a bunch of things weird, like I write right-handed, I kick left, I throw left, so I'm a little mixed. And then with what was your question on the winning thing again? Sorry.
Just whereas most golfers, struggle as they go up the levels to win, it takes them a while.
Mm-hmm.
At every level, you've won very quickly. Why do you think that is?
I think I treat each event the same. I don't make it a bigger thing. I think that helps mentally. So I just kind of go about my business and just do the same things, whether it's a Big Easy Tour event or a PGA Tour event. I treat it the same. Obviously, the guys you play against, it's harder. But I think because I don't really worry about what other guys do, it makes it easier for me to play well.
Okay, next we've got Chantel McKay with PGA Tour Live. Chantel?
Hey, Garrick, just curious what you've heard from other players about playing at the Travelers Championship, and what were your biggest factors to being in the field this week?
Well, just because, I'm a member here now, I can't wait to just play every event here. I don't think you need to convince me to come out and play events over here. So, it's a great course. Obviously, I've watched it on TV quite a lot. I played a couple holes yesterday. It looks amazing. Greens are great. It's going to be a good week.
Okay, next question, Carl Peters from The Witness. Carl, go ahead.
Hi, Garrick.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so congratulations on your whirlwind 12 months, as you said. What are you expecting from American tournaments going forward, and are you going to juggle Europe and USA going forward?
Yeah, so America is obviously a lot stronger. The depth out here is unreal. Anyone can win. I'm just looking forward to playing over here a lot. And I'll play in Europe as well, and hopefully in South Africa as well. I'll have to sit down and see which events I'll play, but obviously the majority will be over here, and if I can play a couple back home, that'll be great, but if not, I'll try my best.
Thanks.
Okay, next we've got Morgan with Central Media Group.
Hi, Garrick. Morgan, hope you're well. Garrick, you made mention of the younger players coming through in South African golf, and Volko is definitely one of those guys. And you guys have probably this friendly rivalry going, and probably spiced up a little bit with the fact that you're a Paul Roos old boy and he's from the school up here at Grey College old boy. How much would you welcome that rivalry to go ahead in the PGA Tour in the not too distant future?
I wouldn't say we have a rivalry. We really, really like each other a lot. We're very, very good friends. Obviously we want to beat each other, but we don't really see it that way. I want him to do just as well as I want myself to do well. So, obviously there's maybe a little bit of a rivalry, but I think it makes us play better. We learn from each other. We always play practice rounds together. I ask him questions, about how to hit it further and all that stuff. He asks me questions, and we just learn from each other's games.
Thanks, Garrick. All the best this week.
Thank you.
Okay, we got time for a few more questions, and I apologize if I'm not hitting the pronunciation perfectly on some of these names. Next we have, is it Phyllis Sand from the Newsroom African TV?
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Hi, Garrick.
Hello.
You alluded to the fact that you were a bit mentally tired after that win a couple of weeks ago and going into the US Open last week. How much did you learn from that? How much did you learn from debuting at a US Open, and how much did the event mean for you as Garrick Higgo going forward and in trying to improve your own game?
Yeah, I learned a lot from that week. I always learn from each week. I think it was tough that I won the week before the US Open. It would have been nice if it was before another event. But I learned a lot. I think I can take a nice positive away from the fact that I didn't play my best, and I just missed the cut. Even being mentally drained and all that stuff, and playing with a different caddy, I think I did pretty well. Considering all those things.
Okay, next we've got Craig Sturton with the Pre-Drop Podcast.
Hey Garrick, how you doing, man?
All good.
I just wanted to ask, what aspects of your game did you and Cliff identify as aspects that you needed to work on prior to leaving for Europe?
Yeah, it was mostly just short game. Obviously there were a couple of things in my swing that weren't what we would have wanted it to be, but we went back to the way I like to hit the ball, which is draw. I kind of changed it a little bit. I wanted to, we all want to get better, but I figured out that wasn't working, and I had to go back to what I'm comfortable with. And then short game, we just worked on technique, hitting different shots, because the pins out here, are always tucked, 3 from the edges. So I had to figure out how to get a lot more spin, but while hitting it a lot shorter. I changed to the new Pro V1X from the normal Pro V, which helped a lot. And then putting, I just had to work on my pace, to make sure I 3-putt less and make a lot more from about 20 feet. So, we kind of got that worked out.
Thanks, man, and all the best for this week.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got time for 3 more quick ones, and we'll go with Michael with the Sunshine Tour Media. Michael, go ahead.
Thanks, Doug. Hi there, Garrick. Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
South African golf has always had a steady stream of stars on the PGA Tour. Is there a sort of very definite sense from your side that there is this new generation of youngsters, yourself, Christian, Wilco, and a few more down the line, and how excited are you that this might be quite a flood of some young South Africans that can make it onto the PGA Tour?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'd love to have all of them out here. every week, because then you've got your buddies out here. So I can't wait for that. Hopefully it happens soon. I'm sure it will. All their games, even the guys on the Sunshine Tour, their games are definitely good enough. It's just about doing it when you've got the opportunity to do it. So hopefully there can be a lot more of them out here. That would be awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, next we've got Jeff with, is it Inca Sport? Jeff?
Hi, Garrick. Congratulations on all your relative success in such a short space.
Thank you.
It seems it's come very quick. At this point in your career, is it the putting, the driving, the iron, short game, mental capacity, and the other thing that I'm also curious.
Yes, I've lost this one.
Hey,
Jeff. Any skykers work asleep?
Jeez, we couldn't really hear that question very well, to be honest. It kind of broke up the whole time. So maybe.
Hey, Jeff, if you could type your question into the chat function there, we'll move down to Ken for a follow-up question. So, Jeff, type your question and I'll ask it for you. We're just having some audio trouble with you. Ken, go ahead with your follow-up.
Thanks very much, Doug. Garrick, you've spoken a lot about missing the cut at the US Open, but of course you made the cut at the PGA Championship. What did you learn about the highest level of golf from that experience?
I think you have to have all of everything working. If you have to do everything really, really well. You almost have to play better than what you would, even if you're winning a normal event. You can't lose your focus. You can't hit, you can't hit it just slightly offline because you'll get punished. So I think it's one of those. The more you play, the majors, the better you get because you focus. You tighten up your misses, and you just by playing those you get more comfortable with the rough and the greens and everything going on. So I think as we play more of those, the younger guys will start to do better.
Okay, so Jeff typed his question in, and his question is, what is your strongest suit right now? Is it mental, putting, or irons?
I think it's probably mental and putting, I guess. My iron play has always been really consistent and really solid. I'd like to get it even better, give myself a lot more good birdie chances. Off the tee, I'm a little streaky. I hit it, a decent distance. And I hit it straight, but I'd like to hit a lot more fairways to give myself the chance to, improve my iron play, because those two kind of, if you don't do the one well, the other one won't have the chance to do well. But my putting and short game and my mental game is definitely my strongest part of my game.
And how are you adapting to the PGA Tour conditions compared to what you're used to with the European Tour, Sunshine Tour, and so forth?
Yeah, I think I was lucky that I came over here and played 1 year at college where I played, a lot of the US courses. So it's not actually that different. Obviously I was used to it, playing here. I haven't been back here for a while, but I had that experience. So, obviously my game's improved a lot since then. So it's actually quite nice to bring this game to these courses, and I'm actually feeling quite comfortable.
And he requested if you wouldn't mind just answering that in Afrikaans for their viewers as well. Just that last question about the adapting to the different tour.
Ja, so ek was gelukkig dat ek 'n jaar in Amerika gespeel het, waar ek gewoond geraak het aan die bane hierso. So dis eintlik baie lekker dat ek my game is nou baie beter, so ek kan wat ek nou het bring na die bane wat ek soort van ken, en hopelik wel sover het dit goed uitgewerk.
Okay, I've just got one last question, and then we're going to cut you loose. Just some comments. Obviously, a nice special win last week in Wichita with Harry Hall, close friend of yours, teammate. Just some comments on how probably didn't surprise you to see him win.
Yeah, it didn't. There's a lot of guys in Vegas that went to UNLV that are very, very good. I think it's tough in America with the Corn Ferry Tour. You know, there's so many guys that can win. You know, they just need the opportunity, and it's nice to see that he's taken the opportunity that he has, because his game is really, really good. His short game is unreal. He putts great. He hits it long. And I guess his mental game is also pretty good.
Okay, well, we sure appreciate your time. We know we threw a lot of questions at you, so thank you, and have a great week this week.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Garrick. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.